IELTS Speaking Part 2 Topic. Describe a time when you had to make a compromise or reach a consensus. What was the situation or decision that required a compromise? Who else was involved in the process? How did you negotiate and find a middle ground? What was the outcome of the compromise or consensus?
In the labyrinth of life's intricate decisions, there inevitably come moments when the art of compromise and the pursuit of consensus emerge as guiding stars. One such instance that vividly etches itself into my memory is when I, along with my colleagues, found ourselves at a crossroads during a crucial project at my previous workplace. The situation at hand was a complex one. Our team was tasked with developing a groundbreaking marketing strategy for a high-stakes client, one that required a delicate blend of innovation and familiarity. Each team member brought forth their unique perspective, resulting in a passionate clash of ideas. The challenge was to marry these diverse viewpoints into a coherent and effective plan while ensuring that everyone's contributions were valued. Our team consisted of individuals with contrasting backgrounds and expertise. The marketing maven, the data virtuoso, the creative prodigy, all engaged in a spirited debate that spanned days. As the deadline loomed large, it became evident that a harmonious resolution was imperative. This called for a meticulous approach that sought to honor each idea's essence while aligning with the project's core objectives. Negotiation commenced with a willingness to listen and learn. Diplomacy became our guiding principle, and we fostered an atmosphere where opinions were voiced without inhibition. At times, the negotiations resembled a delicate dance, where compromise was the key move. We acknowledged the beauty in each suggestion, dissected its potential, and identified areas of convergence. To pave the way for consensus, we employed the strategy of bridging the gap. It involved identifying common threads within each proposal and weaving them into a cohesive fabric. This allowed us to construct a comprehensive marketing approach that retained the charm of creativity while harnessing the power of data-driven insights. The process, although arduous, epitomized the notion that the sum is often greater than its parts. The outcome of our collaborative endeavor was nothing short of remarkable. We presented a marketing strategy that seamlessly blended the boldness of unconventional thinking with the stability of proven methods. The client, initially skeptical of our ability to find common ground, was astounded by our proposal's innovation and cohesiveness. Our achievement not only cemented our professional credibility but also underscored the significance of compromise and consensus in navigating intricate challenges. In conclusion, the episode exemplifies the magnificence of human interaction, where compromise and consensus act as the gears that propel progress. It serves as a testament to the fact that through negotiation and understanding, even the most divergent of ideas can be molded into a masterpiece of ingenuity. As we journey through life's convoluted pathways, may we remember that the art of compromise and the spirit of consensus are beacons that illuminate the way to success.
IELTS Speaking Part 2 Topic. Describe a time when you had to make a compromise. What was the situation that required a compromise? When did this happen and who were the parties involved? What were the different perspectives or interests that needed to be reconciled? How did you reach a compromise and what was the outcome?
In the intricate tapestry of life, instances demanding compromise often arise, testing our ability to strike a balance between conflicting desires. One such memorable episode transpired when I was organizing a charity event for our college club. This event entailed coordinating various aspects, each with its unique set of challenges and conflicting perspectives. The situation unfolded during my final year of college, when I undertook the responsibility of leading a team to orchestrate a charity fundraiser. The key parties involved included the club members, who were passionate about raising funds for an education initiative, and the potential sponsors, who sought exposure for their businesses in return for their contributions. The clashing perspectives stemmed from the divergent goals of the club members and the sponsors. The club members were focused on ensuring that the event upheld its philanthropic essence, striving to create an impactful and memorable experience for the attendees. On the other hand, the sponsors were keen on maximizing their visibility and brand promotion, pushing for more significant signage and branding opportunities at the event. In order to reconcile these distinct viewpoints, a series of brainstorming sessions and open discussions were held. The key was to identify common ground where both parties' interests could intersect. Walking a tightrope between preserving the charity's spirit and satisfying the sponsors' aspirations, we devised a plan that allocated specific spaces for sponsor branding while preserving the event's core message through thoughtfully placed informational booths about the cause. Implementing this compromise was a delicate process, necessitating meticulous planning and effective communication. We presented the proposed plan to both the club members and the sponsors, elucidating how the devised arrangement could cater to both sets of objectives. It was crucial to convey the rationale behind the decisions, highlighting that the ultimate goal was to raise funds for the education initiative while also recognizing the sponsors' contributions. The outcome of the compromise was exceedingly positive, exceeding our initial expectations. The event attracted a substantial turnout, creating a buzz that generated not only increased funds for the cause but also amplified visibility for the sponsors. This experience highlighted the power of compromise as a tool for synergy, where diverse interests can harmoniously coexist and enhance each other. In conclusion, the tale of orchestrating the charity event encapsulates the essence of compromise as a mechanism to bridge diverse perspectives and achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. Through adept negotiations, my team and I managed to navigate the intricate web of conflicting desires, eventually fashioning a compromise that fostered success on multiple fronts. This experience taught me that compromise is not about surrendering one's beliefs, but about finding innovative solutions that honor the essence of each stakeholder's perspective.
IELTS Speaking Part 2 Topic. Describe a time when you had to make a difficult compromise. What was the situation or conflict that required a compromise? What were the different perspectives or interests involved? How did you approach the process of finding a compromise? What were the results or outcomes of the compromise?
Making a difficult compromise is an integral part of life, and one such instance that stands out in my memory occurred during my tenure as the president of a university club. The situation revolved around a contentious debate over the allocation of the club's budget. This episode not only tested my leadership skills, but also taught me the importance of effective compromise in a diverse and passionate group. The conflict began when the club's executive committee, consisting of members with varying backgrounds and objectives, found itself at odds over how to allocate the limited funds available. On one side, some members were advocating for a substantial portion of the budget to be allocated for organizing high-profile events. Their argument was that these events would enhance the club's visibility and attract more members, ultimately strengthening the organization. On the other side, a group of members emphasized the importance of investing in community outreach programs. They believed that these programs would fulfill the club's social responsibility and make a positive impact on the local community. As the president, I recognized the need to find a common ground and achieve a compromise that would satisfy both groups. I initiated a series of meetings and discussions to understand the underlying motivations and concerns of each perspective. This process revealed that both sides had valid points. The event organizers wanted to promote the club externally, while the community outreach proponents aimed to strengthen the club's internal relationships. To bridge this gap, I proposed a hybrid solution. We decided to allocate a significant portion of the budget to host a grand event that would also serve as a fundraiser for a local charity. This approach would not only boost the club's visibility but also contribute to the community. Additionally, we allocated a portion of the budget to support smaller, ongoing community outreach projects. The results of this compromise were remarkable. The grand event not only attracted a substantial audience, but the funds raised significantly aided the chosen charity. Simultaneously, the smaller community projects, supported by the club's members, had a lasting impact on the local community. More importantly, this compromise fostered unity within the club as members from both sides of the initial debate saw the positive outcomes of their joint efforts. In hindsight, this experience reinforced my belief in the power of effective compromise. It demonstrated that finding common ground, even in the most challenging situations, can lead to innovative solutions that benefit everyone involved. It also honed my leadership skills and my ability to navigate complex conflicts. This episode taught me that compromise is not a sign of weakness but a testament to the strength of one's leadership and the capacity to bring diverse interests together for the greater good. In conclusion, the memory of this challenging compromise remains vivid in my mind, and it serves as a reminder of the invaluable lessons I learned during my time as the president of the university club. It underlines the importance of finding a middle ground, understanding different perspectives, and achieving outcomes that benefit all parties involved, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable conflicts.
IELTS Speaking Part 2 Topic. Describe a time when you had to make a compromise. What was the situation or decision you had to make a compromise about? What were the conflicting interests or opinions involved? How did you reach a compromise? What was the outcome of the compromise?
One notable instance when I had to make a compromise was during a crucial team project at university. The task at hand was to develop a comprehensive marketing strategy for a fictitious company. The situation became particularly tense as we reached a crossroads regarding the direction of our campaign. My teammate, John, and I had diametrically opposed views on how to proceed. John was a staunch advocate for a traditional approach, emphasizing tried-and-tested methods such as print media and television advertisements. On the other hand, I was adamant about leveraging cutting-edge digital marketing techniques, including social media influencers and viral content. Both strategies had their own merits, but the impasse was clear: we could not implement both fully without risking the coherence and budget of our project. The conflicting interests stemmed from our distinct academic backgrounds and personal inclinations. John, with his focus on conventional marketing principles, believed that older methods had a more reliable track record. Conversely, my experience in digital marketing made me confident in the efficacy of newer, unconventional methods. Our heated discussions often reached a fever pitch, with neither willing to back down. Reaching a compromise required a delicate balancing act. We decided to hold an extensive brainstorming session, during which we meticulously evaluated the pros and cons of both approaches. After a lengthy deliberation, we agreed to integrate elements from both strategies. We allocated 60% of our resources to digital marketing, which included social media campaigns and influencer partnerships, while dedicating the remaining 40% to traditional media outlets. This decision was not made lightly. It involved multiple concessions from both sides. John had to concede some ground on his preference for traditional methods, and I had to moderate my enthusiasm for a wholly digital approach. The outcome of this compromise was remarkably successful. Our hybrid strategy not only met the project's objectives but exceeded expectations. The traditional media channels ensured a broad, stable reach, while the digital components drove engagement and buzz. Our project received high accolades from our professors for its innovative yet balanced approach. Moreover, this experience taught us the value of flexibility and the importance of synthesizing diverse perspectives to achieve a common goal. In retrospect, this compromise was a significant learning experience. It underscored the importance of equanimity in conflict resolution and illustrated how divergent viewpoints, when harmonized, can produce a superior outcome. The ability to navigate such nuanced situations is a valuable skill, especially in a professional context, where collaboration and compromise are often indispensable. Hope you liked our video. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to keep us motivated.